What's up everyone, this is Dan Kuj, and today bringing you a base tour. Now this is on my PVE server, which I'm currently taking a break from, so I thought it'd be cool before I let it kind of expire to showcase my build and also just kind of immortalize my base on the internet, even though I did make a backup, of course, just in case when I come back, or just to see what I did. But I thought it'd be cool just to give some people inspiration or any ideas and just kind of show the hours of hard work that I went through building this. And definitely took some inspiration from a few different sources. Mist of Pandaria from World of Warcraft specifically. That was my favorite expansion. I don't play the game anymore, but Mist of Pandaria was my favorite expansion. So I kind of like the idea of like building this kind of jungle base with these Dynasty Warrior inspired kind of troops all around, specifically like the Wei Dynasty, if anyone ever played it. You got the blue, black, and silver trim, and I have all the DLC armor, so I kind of rolled with like this samurai slash like ancient Chinese footmen type soldiers. So once you go in through the front door here, and I love this location, which was, it's on a hilltop, and it's also like and you'll see further in, it's integrated into like the actual existing structure, which I'm a fan of. Not a lot of games I feel like let you do that, which is cool. So I love like kind of how you open the front gate and then you walk in and you have this imposing wall along with the other, I guess you can call it the main gate in here, the inner gate. So it's littered with another main guard here on the front, archers up top, of course, and then you have a walkway kind of connecting both of them here. So the walkway connects through the outer wall, and then you can follow it straight up to get into the main base. So just flying through here. And also I put some siege cauldrons. They're not super practical on against the purge. They do work if you can aim it right, but not super practical. You're better off just like shooting them with basic arrows. But yeah, once you go through the inner gate, so there's a few things here, so I'll start from an aerial view kind of. So once you walk in, you have the stables to the left and a little barracks room. I got a little lazy on this one just because I wanted a few more beds, just to kind of, it drives me crazy for like immersion purposes, so I wanted enough troops to have like places to quote unquote sleep, So over here to the left as well, you got the stables that I built. That's the, next to it right there, that red building is the, I guess you'd call it the work area. So there's blacksmith, and I'll go through it in a minute. A bit of the armory in there, and at the end there, that's the carpentry section, so all the knickknacks. And up there is the map room up ahead, so all the way up top. And this middle section, and I'll fly through each one individually, but this middle section is so this is an existing structure that I just kind of built in, and I thought it was cool, so I just kind of built in it, and I kind of finished the walls again to make it like this, kind of restoring the inside and reinforcing it, and then using that as like the base to just kind of build up. And that's actually where I started out originally, and I just kind of expanded out. And over here to the right, you have two buildings, one little and one bigger. This main building actually was, I got inspiration from another YouTuber who does like Conan build videos. I'll link his channel, it's in the description, Eradication, I believe his name is. But yeah, he had like a tower build in a different location, and I just kind of took that tower build and put it here and kind of made it my own. I originally was going to copy it like block for block, but I don't know what I did, but I kind of messed up. So it doesn't look exactly like his. So I just kind of rolled with it, and I'm pretty sure it's like a level shorter than his. And he did like some fancy awning work on all these little like roof pieces that look pretty cool. Mine don't look as cool, but I thought it added like a neat touch, so I just kind of made them somewhat uniform. And then right there to the right is like, so I like the idea that my my thralls, I had like my main kind of army or units, and then I had, you know, the special forces guys. Like, so these are the guys I took kind of when shit hits the fan, you know, when I needed to fight a boss or needed to go through a dungeon and stuff, or I just wanted to do a little bit of role play with like the elite units. So I outfitted them and made them their own little base, just kind of to fit with the theme. So we'll actually go in here now and just fly in. So, and I went with a different kind of like armor set for these guys. I kind of gave them like the black and red, a mix of like practical and totally not practical, but showing the biceps, you know, just give them like some bone gauntlets that I think they're like the slaver ones. But I was pretty happy with these guys. So they're all, I think for the most part, all named thralls or like Sumerian berserkers. So they're all pretty strong. So they've served me well. I think I've only lost like one of them. So once you enter into this building, you have, so I try to keep my builds like pretty small and pretty reasonable to what their purpose is. So I just wanted this to be a little barracks that they deserve, kind of like, you know, they're the special forces guys. They're the elite units. They deserve their own little space, not to sleep with, you know, the peasants. So yeah, I just kind of put some decorations on the walls of like beasts they would kill. Got them a little middle table with a big ass cauldron. I don't even know what this one is, but I thought it looked pretty cool, so I just threw it in the middle. And I think that's like a Stygian table. But so it's pretty bare bones, but I was pretty pleased with it. So also got little their armory set here of just their weapons. You can't see them now for some reason, but I gave them all pole arms just to be like, I wanted to give them glaives, but I thought these looked cooler because they were more imposing. So and I kind of switch them on what I need them for. But also I thought the roof on this build piece looks kind of awesome. So I kind of went for like the vaulted ceiling and stuff. So I thought it was a nice touch to kind of just add some flair and stuff. And their leader is in here, but so we'll fly into the main tower. And this one, from the outside, it looks a lot more in depth than it actually is, but I tried to keep it simple, like I mentioned. So this is just a guard. I think it's like a guard captain technically, but it's just, you know, immersion purposes. So when you walk in here, I thought this was cool. I kept it dark in one section on purpose, but so you have like the thrall pod, you have the main table, and in my vision, even though the NPCs don't really do much but dance around like that chick, I figured this was like the meeting area, you know, when celebrate victories and just meet up for meals and mission briefs and things like that. So have like just the big table here. I have the throne up there, of course, for your boy. And then I was planning on making like a bunch of different like trophy heads of boss monsters, but then I realized not a lot of them first are that cool, but not every boss drops like their head basically that you can put on a trophy. So I just kind of went with the green dragon because it looked pretty cool in this. And then also I think this is like a spider boss or something, but I found it randomly, so I just put it up there. And I like the Catan like jade statues over here to the flanking the throne, so I thought that was really cool. So I use them again in the build. But and over here you have a little bit of like a kitchen area, which pretty much has everything you need. I have like the black ice refrigerators and stuff, and just everything else. I have a fermenting barrel, but I think I used it like once. Now going through the second floor is the commander's quarters. So originally I had some big plans for it, but I just didn't want to spend too much time on something that you don't really use. So I just wanted a spawn point. If I happen to be around the area, I could just spawn in here. But I tried to keep it simple, so just bring like the aesthetically pleasing look for when I am in here, which was usually just to like AFK for like 5 minutes or something like that. But like I said, I kept it simple. Threw in like the cosmetic thing in here because I thought it fit here naturally. instead of like my workshop area and stuff, because I just didn't have the space for it. I don't need this alchemy table, but I kind of like the look of it, so I just threw it in here for immersion purposes, I guess. And yeah, and I got those fish from, I don't even know how I got them. Probably why I have 2 of them. I might have just found them somewhere or something, but I liked them, so I just threw them up, and I never found them, so I was pretty excited. Also, we got another one of my samurai guards over here. I love this armor, it looks so cool. So then you head down over here, and then I'm just gonna skip that little building. It's literally just a square with 3 beds. Not worth it, but I was kind of happy with the stable here. I used these 3 guys, one of the rhino mounts and 2 of the horses here. I forget these armor sets, but this is like the savage armor. This is, I think I want to say the Katan armor or the Yamatai DLC horse armor. So kind of like the look of those. And also I got my caravan rhino for moving stuff. So this building I'm actually really happy about, because this was like the armory / work area. So over here, when you enter, you have a bunch of the workbenches, workstations. I'm pretty sure these are like the garrison blacksmith and armor. You got the torture workbench, which I don't really use a ton because you don't really need that many trudgeons once you beat up a few thralls. Up there is a bit of like a storage area. We're just gonna go up this way. I don't really use it. I didn't have the need to. Originally I was going to throw a bunch of my storage stuff, but there's plenty of space everywhere else, but I kind of kept it there because I thought it looked cool. And here is where I'm like really pleased with like the armory. So I wanted to do like kind of the quartermaster area, so I threw a bunch of the commonly used weapons that I have, that I threw them up against the wall, and then have the armor set of like the main units, which are the samurais. And this was a guy, I think he was one of my first thralls, so I got an eye patch and I didn't want to get rid of him, so I just kind of put him in here and as the immersive quartermaster. And these are all containers. These are all usable too, like these have armors, weapons, some of my extra ores and stuff like that, a lot of my rare weapons or legendary weapons. But yeah, like I said, I was really pleased with how this looked, and I was happy I was able to get kind of exactly what I wanted to, which was like a little bit of like an armory with the blood and sand walls and doors to kind of give that cool like armory look. And I was just happy to find a place for that guy because he got me through the beginning of the game, which and this is just a little area for the smelting. Originally I didn't have space for it inside, and I didn't want to build too big of a building, so I kind of I interlaid it over here through like the back and put like this raised platform and this outdoor platform. So I thought this actually came out pretty well. And I know people have like a furnace, like a chain of furnaces, but I don't really need that many. Like it's easy enough to get materials in the game. So, and over here is just a little area for immersion. So you got the area where the archers train, and you got this statue. I just thought it looked cool. I have no idea what it is, but I just built it. But I thought it was, like, look how cool that is. I love it. And over here is just the carpentry area. So this is specifically for build materials and decoration. So these 2 crates are actually like kind of filled to the brim with hardened brick and iron and steel reinforcement and that kind of stuff. And I just wanted a little area to lay out all the DLC workbenches as well, because it was becoming a pain to kind of put them away or break them and then make the other one and stuff. So that's what I was doing for a while. For some reason I was just like, why don't I just put them all down separate if I can make a little area. And this right here is just a cool looking statue that I picked. It was a little empty over there, so I wanted to just fill it with something. And this is I guess you can call it the original structure. So this is the pre-existing, and this was actually where I had everything located originally. So I had the blacksmith, the armor, my bed here, my thralls got put in here, and then I decided to kind of build out and build the walls and everything like that. But I did some rearranging, and I just kind of I wanted to do like a multi-level kind of area, and like I mentioned originally, like these you can kind of see it here. Like I started building up the walls with the blood and sand building pieces to show this like look of like we're restoring like this ancient structure. So I kind of liked it, so I just kind of went with it, even though it was a little impractical because it's a waste of materials. But yeah, and then right here I just kind of threw the some cauldrons, some nice little fountains. And originally I wanted to fill this area with like, after I moved the workbench and the workbenches and the armor and stuff out, I wanted to fill this area with like a tavern and a barracks and things like that, and then I got lazy and I just never did it. So it'll stay how it is. And this area was actually my first structure in this location when I started. So this is like the alchemy area slash, you know, medical. So this one I was really pleased with because I just, even though it looks pretty simple, and it is, I was still brand spanking new to like building anything in the game. So when I did this, I was like, good job. So it's just you know, everything medical supply oriented or alchemy oriented is here, and you can, and this part is really cool. When I originally saw this, which attracted me to it, is like you got these two like dragon kind of statues that's flanking this area, and it was a flat platform, and it was big enough to build something. So I was like, oh man, this is awesome. So let me just do it here. So yeah, I'm pleased with this little nook over here. Now this part I'm not so pleased with, this monstrosity. So this is just the map room, and like, you know, of course this part looks cool, right? It's like, oh look, like braziers, you got the map room overlooking like the jungle, which is awesome. You got even the teleporter, what is the shrine over there, the obelisk, there you go, over there in the distance. I'll get a little closer so you can see. And I got my captains up here just like doing captain stuff. But then you go over here, you know, from this angle, and you're like, oh, like what is this? So, you know, I don't know how the stability stuff works entirely, so I kept trying to build out and not realizing how big the map room actually is. So this was the only way I could get it to work, by building this like this eyesore. So yeah, if I could redo anything in this whole place, I would 100% get rid of this and find a better way to build the map room area. But for now, this is how it is. So I'll look back at that and just be and cringe as much as I just did showing it to you guys. But this area I thought was kind of cool too. So this is I'm more proud of than the map room area. So over here in this location is the obelisk, right? So you teleport from a different location, a different map room, and you cross those, you know, that bark or tree, whatever, like roots. And it's like, oh cool, you can get here, you know, you can make your way over here. It kind of fit in with my base location perfectly, but the problem is I kept having to climb like the cliffside over here, which is fine, but it's not immersive. So I was like, oh wait, they give you elevators. So I decided to build this like little elevator kind of, well, this little elevator area. So little platform. I was supposed to put a guard here, and then I didn't because I just didn't. I didn't want to capture any more thralls because I got lazy. So I thought this was cool because this is a storm glass, so you can actually see through this. So when you're going up, you can kind of look around all three sides and see the surroundings. So I thought that was really cool, and then I gave it like an enclosed door and stuff, just in case of, you know, the elements and stuff. But I was really pleased with that, and it looks, I think it looks kind of cool, and it fits in pretty well. And you got the foundation stuff there too, the beams. So, and there's supposed to be a guard there too, but like I said, I got lazy and didn't want to capture any more thralls. So yeah, that was that's gonna be it for my base. And remember, this is a PvP co-op single player, whatever you want to call it, build. So it's definitely not practical, even against the purge. It's not like the best anti-purge setup, but it was immersive enough for me, and I thought it fit in pretty cool. And yeah, hopefully it gives some people some inspiration and some ideas. And if you do have any ideas, or you wanna, or you've showcased your own build, put them in the comment section. I'd love to check them out, and you know, or just tell me if you have any thoughts on what can be improved on this one, specifically that map room area, because that looks hideous. But but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off with a nighttime fly through of the base. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.